Hello,
Hi, Juan.
hello, Sharon.
Okay, hey Juan.
Hello, hello, Eric, right?
Yeah, it is. How are you keeping? Can you hear me?
Sorry?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clear.
Okay. So how are you keeping?
Keeping.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. What about you?
Yeah, good. Very good. So, Juan, I'd like to hear from you from your perspective on how you see things are going to kind of pan out for you. So, I know you've had some discussions with Sam, and kind of wanted to get your take on it.
Well, things are a bit unexpected on my side since I've been working without any issues. And suddenly that I see that some of the team members are leaving, and I was forced to resign according to them. Although there is no misconduct that I've ever made, but I'm not saying it's legal, but there is no concrete reason why I've been forced to leave.
Okay. And in your mind, how do you want to proceed?
For me, I prefer to continue working with the company, but if they asking me to leave, then they should be the one who pulls the trigger, not me.
Okay. And there seems to be like a kind of like a stalemate going on, right? So, what in your mind is the right way for us to proceed? So, if I give you the rundown of how it works for us, right? So, obviously, Torex is our client. So, our client can decide with us at any point in time whether a role exists or not exists, right? So, because we're a service provider. But what I want to do is get to a point where you're happy, to make sure that, if we decide how to proceed, we proceed in a way that both of us are happy and that there aren't any issues going forward, right? Because we don't want this to become complicated. So hence why I wanted to have a chat with you and say, okay, look, what's in your mind? You know the mindset of where the Torex guys are. How in your mind would be a good way to move forward?
For me, since I have to start over with my career to find a potential employer that I'm comfortable with, it's not an easy process to begin with. So for me, to juggle between my personal career goal and also, the the time that I need to acquire for getting employed back, I think a severance is adequate kind of compensation for me.
And what does that look like for you?
For this industry, to get employed, I think around 6 months, yeah, is sufficient.
Yeah, and I think that will be a struggle, right, for them, because the role that you've been doing is only for like what, 3 months now, 3.5 months, 4 months. Is that right?
I started on June.
Oh, you started on June.
Yeah,
So that is what, 5 months? Is that right?
yeah, more or so.
More or less, right?
Yeah, more or less.
So if we're saying to someone after working there for 5 months, you need 6 months severance, I think that will be a difficult number, right? Where can we find a good place to land where everybody's happy?
I don't know.
So if I tell you where I am, right,
Okay.
as a company, so our client has said, okay, this role is over. So we have to deal with that. And we have a couple of ways in which we deal with this. And there's a few ways in which we deal with it. So one of them we're going to do anyway. Normally what we will do is we'll take that person and try to find within our existing client base whether anyone else can use that person. That's one way. Because obviously for us, the way that we, earn money is by you working, not by you not working. So we want to make
Correct.
you work, right? Okay, so that's our business model. So it's in our interest to make sure that, we have more people working, not fewer. So one of the things that we do is, we try to find a way we can plug you into another client. So of course we've already reached out to clients to see whether they have an opportunity within their organization. We'll see whether that materializes or not. The second thing that we do is to try to find you a role within our organization, if we can. So this is something that, the HR team will spend a little bit of time to get a bit more understanding around your background, to see if there's somewhere else where you can support us.
Okay. I'm open to hear for that kind of opportunity, but I hope that the replacement would be more or less similar with what I'm getting as with
Well,
Thorex.
this one we'll have to check because obviously we don't have a vacancy that says, perfect fit for you. We don't know that.
Okay.
What we would assess. We'll figure that out. The third thing that we do is we make the role redundant. So obviously if our client is not paying for the role and we can't get you a role, it's a redundant role. Right?
Okay.
So actually normally when a client makes it, says, I don't want this role, we immediately make it redundant. Now, what I don't like is that, this process hasn't been the way that we would have liked to have managed it. So you've had some discussions with Sam. We should have handled it in a slightly different way. What I'm trying to find is the way to make sure that everybody leaves happy, not that anybody is, disgruntled with each other. We will still, irrespective of whatever we discuss today, we will still try to find you another role. But what I have to deal with right now is how do I close out the Thorex position with you? Okay. So we will still look at the other two routes. One route is trying to find a client. Two is for, HR and recruitment to have a discussion with you, see if they can get a good understanding of what your background is and whether there's something that we can plug you into in our organization. That will be, to your choice. It's not going to be forced. You're going to say, hey, you could do this. And you can say, I will or will not do it. Up to you. But the most important thing is how do we close out Thorex? So Thorex is like the worst case scenario. I can't find you a job. I can't find you a role in the company. The role is redundant. How do I deal with this redundancy? And in a way that's going to make you, I don't want you to be upset with Thorex guys. I don't want Thorex guys upset with you. I want everyone to be happy. So now when you say to me 6 months, it will be hard for me to achieve that. So what would be reasonable? Reasonable so then that you are not so much disgruntled, may not get maybe 6 months, because 6 months is very hard to ask for when you're enrolled for 5 months. What can we do?
As I said to you, if you can find me a replacement for my position with the similar kind of payment, then I will be happy. And
no guarantees. Okay, so I can't guarantee you. I don't have anything open that I can say, hey, you can slot into this. Doesn't exist right now. So what we have done is we've reached out to a couple of our customers in the same industry as you to see whether they have something that would be suitable for you. So we will see whether they give us a thumbs up. That aside, our business has nothing to do with Forex, right? So our business is pure outsourcing. So if you're taking a role that is not part of the, one of our other clients, it would be in the outsourcing space and helping us to do something, right? So whether that's of interest to you, I don't know. Is that of interest to you?
I'm open to any opportunity that would broaden my skill set.
Okay, so I think that piece of it they will assess. Now, how do we close out Thorex? Because Thorex is your worst case. The other two are upside. Okay, so it's not that we won't try these things, because as I told you, we need people in our company and earning money from people, so we want you to find another role. But that aside, how do we close out Thorex?
I think it's better for them to since they propose a company initiated termination, I think they have to make the closure, not me, not on my side.
Well, no, actually, it's between you and me.
Okay.
Right. Torex is my client, right? They're a customer. They're not your employer. It's really down between you and us.
Okay.
Now, I know that Sam engaged in it, had a conversation, should have taken a slightly different approach. I have to set that aside. And right now, this is why I'm on the call. So then that you're with the leader of the company, you and I are going to have a chat about this and try to find a happy medium, right?
Okay.
And that's why I'm asking you. So I really wanted to come from you. Strictly speaking, I'm now in a redundancy phase. And what I want to do is try to give you some space while you're looking and while we're looking, okay? And you're a little bit in limbo right now, right? Because this is not closed. And it's going to be us that's going to close it. It's nothing to do with Torex anymore.
Okay.
Hence?
As I mentioned to you, similar employment replacement or 6 months.
Okay, but 6 months I couldn't do. 6 months is more time than you've served.
It's not about my serving time, but the time that is taken for me to acquire this job, it's quite a long time, and for me to get another employment within this industry is not easy because it's a shady area, it's a gray area to find an opportunity, and most of brokerage industry they serve in offshore countries that it is out of my limitation to get contact. So for me, to get employment to start over, the process is a tedious process because I've been in the industry more than 10 years, and it's not easy to get this job.
Understood. But we have to talk about what's kind of the reality, right? The reality of us being able to say, to give you a 6-month package would be impossible.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to get to what's possible, right? So, you've basically you're less than 6 months with the company. I know that's very disruptive to your life. So how do we come to a conclusion that we can both say yes to? 6 months is big. It's like saying, okay, I've been here for less than 6 months. Give me double what you gave me before, more than double, right? Which is high.
I really have to think about this first. I think I'm not asking for a mind-blowing numbers because I believe the request is reasonable. It's not easy to find the work, and from your point of view, I understand that I may be working for 5 months, but asking for 6 months is quite ridiculous. What if you could match my employment months?
But even then, you think about it. You're saying, please pay me double. Even if you said match it, you said, please pay me double. It's a hard ask. I want to find something that we can both say yes to. But if you say to me, pay me double what I was earning, it will be hard, right? This will be difficult. Now, normally how we would work a redundancy is we would look at time served and pay whatever the law says that we must pay in time served. But that would be a lot less than what you're talking about. I mean, because the time period is short. So what I want to do is find something a little bit better. But I can't double your salary.
Double.
Yeah, because if you think, you said, okay, pay me the same amount as the time served, that means I double your salary. Right? So it would be double the amount, which would be hard to do, right?
So what do you suggest from your side?
Look, for sure, we're already committed on the notice period. This is already committed. Maybe another month. So you're basically getting, 20 or 30% of the time served. Right, let me just say that. 2 divided by 5. Yeah, you're actually getting 40% of your time served, which is a lot.
40% out of what?
So
Time
if
served.
you serve for 5 months, right? And you say, I'm going to give you your notice period plus another month. That's 2 months. 2 divided by 5 is 40%.
I don't think it's a fair compensation, but I'll have to do some calculation over this proposal.
Why don't you give it some thought? Yeah, okay.
Okay.
And then I'm not going to rush you into a decision because I want you to feel good about it. So, how much time you want? You want a day or two to think about that, and we can reconnect maybe on Friday.
Yeah, I think no. Let's do tomorrow.
Okay.
Discuss over this.
You just check tomorrow because tomorrow's super heavy for me.
Friday, I'm not available as well.
I would prefer we are doing this sooner rather than later. Right. Shall we say tomorrow at 11:45? Would that work for you?
Tomorrow 11:45. Yeah, sounds good.
All right, Sharon, can you send out an invite? Now, this doesn't stop what we're going to be doing now, okay? So ideally, we're going to find you something else.
Okay.
But I can't promise, right? As you rightly pointed, this industry. It's not like there are millions of roles floating around.
Correct.
So we've reached out to 2 of our very good customers, same industry, that are they have the highest probability of having something open. So let's see what they respond in the next day or 2. Maybe I will have some feedback before we get on the call, Mark. But of course, even then, when we do this, you would still go through an interview process, right? And they're going to make the call, right? We're not going to make the call. We'll just open the door. You got to sell yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And what I will ask is Sharon to set up a session with recruitment with you separately. I would like you to talk a little bit more about you and the experience you've gotten. We'll see if there's something we have or we might create to use your skills. Okay?
Sounds good.
Now, these are not guarantees, right? Okay, so while I want to do the best that we can to help you to come better out of this situation, you and I still need to come to a conclusion on the tourists. Okay, that will be your worst case scenario, right? And then hopefully we will get a best case in the sense that we will find one of the clients who has something that they want to use you for, right? Which would be the best outcome. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Now, I'm sorry that this has kind of turned out this way and not in the way that you hope for. Sometimes these things happen. Hopefully, we will find a good path between the 2 of us to make sure that this is smooth and that you can move forward positively in either of the directions that we're going. Okay.
Just a question though. Is it normal? The process is going to be like this between you and your client, because as I understand, you will bear the liability of in legal aspect. But doing such decision that will affect the liability solely on you is not fair. Because
I would deal with Torex. This is for me to deal with Torex separately. But in reality, yes. Ultimately, you work for us, right? So all the deals or whatever happens as far as... Sorry, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah. Ultimately, what happens is a decision between you and the company being Swivel, right? Not between you and Torex. Torex is, as I said, they're our client. They absolutely have the right to say, hey, we don't want this role, and then we got to go deal with it, right? That's the way it works. This is our business, right? Our business is we provide them with the roles that they need. They pay us a fee for it. If they feel like it's not generating the right kind of value for their organization, they have the right to be able to say, okay, we don't want to have this role, right? it's a very simple relationship. So it doesn't happen a lot, you know. It's not like they're doing this every single week, but they do it as and whenever their business changes or whenever something is not producing the right kind of outcome, right? That's the benefit of doing business with us, right?
Okay.
We will never take the flexibility away from them, but we want things done in the right way, right? This is the most important thing. This is why you and I are talking. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Clear.
So it's not a fun part of our company because our purpose is to help companies grow, and we want a lot of people to be hired and employed. But sometimes we have to deal with these type of scenarios. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So
Yeah, we'll speak again tomorrow. Yeah.
let's reconnect tomorrow. Let's chat about this. Maybe I have some feedback for the outreach that we've done to a couple of the customers, and give you some feedback if there is any. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
Darren, and do arrange a call. I just want to get a real clear understanding of skills and thoughts from you and recruitment as to whether there is an opportunity where we could be using a skill somewhere in our company.
Okay. Thank you very much, Eric. Sharon. Speak
mate.
soon.
Cheers. Good
Alright.
talking with you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thanks,